Welcome to FC Edmonton Soccer on City. I'm Corey Chilla back now. For those of you watching across the United States from coast to coast on ESPN3, it's been a tough few weeks here in Alberta. Over 80,000 people have been displaced due to wildfires in northern Alberta. I had a chance to talk with Gareth Hampshire about this. Not only is Gareth the voice of FC Edmonton since the team's inception, but he's also a veteran reporter with the Canadian Broadcasting Corporation, and he's been following the story.
Thanks, Corey. As you can see, very dry conditions, lots of brown grass here in Edmonton and north of Edmonton, northern parts of Alberta, and those conditions have led to a major disaster in the last 10 days. The Fort McMurray forest fire claiming 2,400 buildings in the city of Fort McMurray and leading to the dramatic evacuation. This started to happen last Tuesday and Wednesday. Major damage to the city and areas around it, and just a mad scramble for people to get to safety. Basically, the wind changed very quickly. What looked like a controllable situation for firefighters was very quickly out of control. They had to evacuate the hospital in Fort McMurray, the entire city. Some people fled north. There was just no way for them to get south. Here in Edmonton, we're about a 5.5-hour drive south of Fort McMurray. Many people did make it south. A lot of them, though, ran out of gas on the way. Big problems on the drive, on the highways, chock-a-block traffic, absolute gridlock. So a major problem. Edmonton has since opened its doors to many evacuees of this forest fire. It's opened up temporary evacuation centers where thousands of people have basically been sleeping on cots in big halls and gymnasiums as authorities here just try and make space for Fort McMurray. Many people in Edmonton opening up their homes to people they don't even know to try to help the situation. Still not safe to go back. Damage already being pegged in the billions of dollars. We don't really know, but we know that the Prime Minister was in Fort McMurray this week assessing the damage, as well as the Premier, and we'll hear in the coming days about a plan to try to rebuild this city, how much it will cost, and what that will look like. 2,400 homes, it's quite a slice of the area. Now we know that 85 to 90% of the town was saved by firefighters, by their efforts. Firefighters coming from across the country, equipment sent across the country to help with this effort, but a lot of homes lost. And so already insurance assessors speaking to people who've basically lost everything. And we'll learn in the coming days what that will mean. But FC Edmonton held a match in midweek, tried to stuff a bus full of perishable foods, and lots of donation centers have been taking in things like clean clothes, towels, blankets and pillows, water for people who really didn't have time to pack anything when they left their homes. They were just scrambling to safety. So a very significant news event in Fort McMurray this week, and all of Alberta affected by this as people have spread to different areas to stay with friends, to stay with relatives at temporary evacuation centers as they try to rebuild their lives.
FC Edmonton is dedicating tonight's game to those affected by the wildfires and the first responders who have worked tirelessly to protect lives and communities. Please bring a non-perishable food item to tonight's game. The food bank will be on site to collect those items and distribute it to those who really do need it. Also, you can make a donation to redcross.ca. Welcome back to the FC Edmonton pregame show on City. I'm Corey Chilla back. Well, on Wednesday, the Eddies had perhaps one of their poorest performances of the season. They lost 3-0 to the Ottawa Fury in the first leg of the Amway Canadian Championships. Obviously, the Eddies hope to rebound against the Cosmos in a little less than 30 minutes over at Clarke Field. Before we go there, let's check in with FC Edmonton captain Albert Watson.
We all learn from Wednesday, but to be honest, it's our bread and butter on Sunday against the New York Cosmos, and it's one of them ones that if you don't need motivation for. You're playing against some of the best players in the league, and you're playing against the best team in the league. There's no motivation needed, and if you don't play well, you know you're going to get slaughtered. It's the end of the story, because they're that good. So boys don't need motivation for it, and if we're not up for it and we're not up for our work, then it's going to be a very tough day for us. But I know I have faith in this squad, and know I know what way we'll react from Wednesday, and I know what way we'll approach Sunday. So we want to go into that with full confidence, and our best performance I feel was last Saturday against Indy. So we want to take that, the positives of that, and the positives of what we have in our squad, and take it into Sunday. I usually get knocks, and I never go through the season without a knock. It's always stitches here, stitches there. So to be honest, I'm used to it now, but I don't think my wife's getting used to it, to be honest. I think she's getting more raging every time I get more stitches in my face. It adds character, but that's what I keep telling myself. But no, I'm good for Sunday. Great. Available for selection.
Today we're going to see some of our young FC Edmonton Academy players demonstrate an exercise in keep away, some possession football. It'll involve 3 players versus 1 orange defender. The grid that we've marked out today is a 10 by 10 area, and the first pass will be free. So the only condition that I'm asking for the orange defender is that the defender continues to step towards the player who's in possession of the ball, making the exercise realistic. Here we have a situation where Cole, the player with the orange penny on, has cut off the angle for Youssef to play the ball to Thomas, this player here. So now I become the supporting player. So as the ball is travelling, now we're looking at Thomas being the third player running, making an angle to support. As the ball's now travelled to Thomas, you'll notice that Youssef has now gone from where he was over there. Now we have 2 options once again. If the ball gets played to Youssef, now the old guy is making the angle to get across to here as well. The spare player is always on the move. When we have possession of the ball, we're looking to have at least 2 options available to him. So we open up using the inside of our foot or the outside and play the pass with the inside of the foot. If it's not on to play the ball forward, we can go back the way. So the angle of support is really important. This little exercise you can develop into a much bigger possession type exercise by adding more players in a bigger area, more players added as defenders. Key things that we're looking for are players on the move, looking to support the player in possession of the ball. So if you're standing still, it's not acceptable. If the ball is played, his job is not finished now, he has to continue to support the exercise. So it's a combination of possession and fitness.
All right, it's that time in the show where we go down pitch side and join Gareth Hampshire and Steve Sandor. Gentlemen.
Welcome to Edmonton, a gorgeous day in Alberta's capital for the visit of the champions today, the New York Cosmos in town, already showing some good form. The Cosmos, 4 wins out of their first 6 games, but FC Edmonton can climb to within a point of them with a victory at home today at Clarke Stadium. Good afternoon, I'm Gareth Hampshire alongside Steve Sandor, and a chance for the Eddies to really put themselves in a good position today.
Yeah, with the results yesterday around the league, it's created a real traffic jam at the top, and if the Eddies get a result today, they'll join that traffic jam with just a point separating a bunch of teams at the top of the standings.
And let's see how that goes. We'll be watching very closely the standings today. Let's talk to the Eddies coach, Colin Miller, who's joining us on the pitch right now. Colin, thanks for joining us. A chance for your team to come back from the Wednesday game, and you mentioned after that gave them a bit of a blast at half-time, but you weren't going to do that at full-time. Just tell us about the approach this week.
Yeah, I gave them a blast at half-time because of how poor we'd been defensively, and we, by our standards so far in the spring season, Gareth, we've been very organised defensively, and I just thought Ottawa could have had a couple of more goals, in all honesty. So we addressed 1 or 2 things, and the second goal rips the heart out of the team in the manner that we give the goal away, and then we're always chasing the game at that point. So I actually thought Ottawa were unlucky not to score another couple. So that's history now, and how I've addressed it with the players is you know, now it's about character. Let's see what we have. We're far, far better than what we showed against Ottawa. With the greatest respect to Ottawa on Wednesday night, this is the best chance that you could ever have of bouncing back against the champions. And there should be a good crowd here today at Clarke. It's exciting for us. It's a very exciting week for us because we play Cosmos this week and then, of course, Carolina next week at home. So it's an opportunity, and as Steve rightly said there, there's a bit of a traffic jam at the top of the league, and we want to be a part of that traffic jam. There's no question about it. And, you know, we've had to make one or two enforced changes through injuries and so on. You know, Eddie Edwards' family situation back in Ottawa. So fingers crossed everything's going well for Eddie and his family back there. But hopefully he'll be available for us on Wednesday. So, but it's about this group here, very positive. We had an excellent training session yesterday. The guys are in a good place, a good team talk there. And everybody knows their jobs. We know that we will have to be at our best to beat the Cosmos here, but we did it last season, and there's no reason why we can't do it today.
Yeah, some good games against these over the years. What do you see as the key today to break the Cosmos down?
Well, you look at the number 5 they have, Crankyard is not a bad player. And in fact, if he was playing the MLS, he'd be a DP, I'm quite sure of that. So that's the calibre and the quality that this man possesses. And I think if we give him too much time today, that he could definitely change the game himself. And he has done for the Cosmos when he's been fit. He's missed the last game or so with a hamstring strain. So this will be his first game back. And but, you know, we've recognised the quality that the New York Cosmos have, but in all honesty, it's not about the New York Cosmos. I really want, and I said the final comment of our players here in the team talk, was I genuinely want to see a reaction from the disappointment of the result on Wednesday night. No shortage of effort on Wednesday, but just the quality in possession, and certainly from a defensive point of view, has to be much better here today if we're going to have any chance of being successful.
Okay, good luck today, Colin. Thank you.
Gareth. I appreciate it. Cheers.
Colin Miller hoping his team can bounce back from that uncharacteristic 3-0 defeat against Ottawa. Let's look back on what happened on Wednesday night.
It started early for Ottawa and for FC Edmonton, I guess, when you look at the negatives. Here's the free kick in from Bailey, and Timbo, the central defender, came up on the set piece, knotted it in. Here's the second goal, which Colin said ripped the heart out of the team. And you see the giveaway by the keeper, Van Okel, eventually is tucked into the goal by Carl Haworth. And then the third goal, Dan Vered comes in as a sub, beats Adam Eckersley to the far post and heads the ball home. 3-0, and as Colin Miller rightly said, Ottawa could have had one or two more. Edmonton was really at 6s and 7s defensively.
Very unusual for FC Edmonton, normally very strong defensively and already with 3 clean sheets this season. A big reason for that is Pap Diakite, and he's our road warrior, sponsored by Jet Set Airport Parking.
We go back to the road trip before the Cup game, and Pap Diakite was on the team of the week last week. And here we see him roofing a volley into the goal off a set piece against Jacksonville. And he's just been a defensive mainstay. He's blocking shots. He's just a big physical body that offensive players are finding very hard to get by. He's a wall.
Diakite will need to play well alongside Albert Watson today in the harder defence if FC Edmonton are to climb the league standings. Let's take a look at where they currently stand in the North American Soccer League.
And there you see FC Edmonton can leapfrog a bunch of teams, get to a couple of points of the top spot. They would go to 11 points with a win today, and it's only 2 points back of the league leading Railhawks and Minnesota United. So it's all to play for in this league right now.
Another chance as well for FC Edmonton next week, because they play Carolina, who are also right up at the top of the table there, joint with Minnesota, just in second place on goal difference. Eddie's against New York Cosmos today. What do they have to do to get that 3 points they need? Let's look at the keys to the game with Steve.
Colin Miller addressed it a bit with that talk with you, Gareth. It's the character of the team. They've got to bounce back from what really was an embarrassing cup loss to Ottawa in the first leg of the Amway Canadian Championship, going down 3. They need to address that. They need to show some character, some pride in the team, and get back in the good standings. The second key is fatigue. This is now the 4th game in a week and a half, with the cup games and the league piling up on them. They're in the midst of a 6-game and 19-game stretch. There are going to be a couple of changes we see in the lineup as Colin Miller tries to keep things fresh and keep the lineup fresh. And the third is discipline. And then we see Albert Watson. He was on the ground after that second goal they gave up, and in fact got hurt later in the game. And the third key is they got to keep their discipline. We saw that second goal from Ottawa, which was just a breakdown in multiple areas, and that was a simple back pass that turns into a goal against. Shorted the back pass, the goalkeeper panics, and it ends up in the back of your net. You got to have more composure. They need to return to that composure that we're used to seeing.
Well, it's been a bit of a walking wounded as well so far for the Eddies this season. Let's take a look at the current injury report. Rodales, Jones, Nyasi just picked up an injury yesterday, and we've heard about Eddie Edward, who had been playing so well, and they've missed him at the back there.
Yeah, and he's got some issues that he has to deal with, and, you know, wish the best and hope that he gets back as quickly as possible.
New York, obviously, the big draw in this league, really, Steve, when you look at it. Star-studded team. Colin talked about Nico Cranshaw. Arango's been getting a lot of goals, the Venezuelan international. So this is a big game for FC Edmonton today.
It's a big game whenever the Cosmos go to any team in the NASL. Basically, this is the big attractor for this league, and always tends to draw the bigger crowds whenever they go. And that name still carries, the franchise still carries a lot of history, a lot of weight with it.
Big fundraising drive as well today for the Eddies. Footy for Fort Mac. The forest fire situation in Fort McMurray still displacing some 90,000 people there, and a drive to try to raid non-perishable food items for people who basically had to flee their homes with nothing. So that's another thing happening today, and you can kind of smell a bit of smoke and haze in the air here in Alberta's capital today, where many people from Fort McMurray are living still with no idea when they can go back home. Okay, the kickoff is coming up next. FC Edmonton against the New York Cosmos. Heads it into the back of the net. He's onside. Beautifully finished. A clinical strike. And Richie Jones scores with a header. And FC Edmonton have doubled their lead.
We stand.
Coach Colin Miller looking for a big reaction from his team. FC Edmonton hosting the champions New York Cosmos today and hoping to bounce back from that midweek defeat to Ottawa. Let's take a look at the starting lineups here at Clarke Stadium today. For FC Edmonton, a couple of changes, some of them forced for Colin Miller. Van Oekel starts in goal. It's the same back four as in midweek. Zebi, Watson, Diakite, and Eckersley. Plumhoff coming in onto the right-hand side of midfield. Smith onto the left. Ledgerwood and Correa in the middle, with Fordyce just behind Tomi Amiobi. Jake Keegan on the bench today. For New York, Jimmy Maurer in goal. Freeman and Iosi the fullbacks. Mendes the captain at centre-half alongside Ockford. Lahoud the holding midfield player. Arango and Crenshaw in the middle, just behind the attacker Arrieta. Guenzati and Orozco are the wide men for that potent New York Cosmos team. Weather conditions beautiful for the crowd today. Could be a little warm for the players, but very sunny and very nice conditions for FC Edmonton. A little bit of a breeze at Clarke Stadium, but around 25 degrees at the moment. So very nice weather here at Clarke Stadium for the match today. And the goalkeepers, Maurer with 4 clean sheets and Van Oekel with 3. Matt Van Oekel will be hoping for a much improved performance from that howler in midweek.
Yeah, I think there are probably everyone wearing an FC Edmonton strip today is hoping for a better performance today. Did notice that Albert Watson did bring out the good luck charm. His daughter Scarlett was out in the lineup for the Anthems. So far, I think the Eddies are undefeated when he brings her out there.
Both captains coming together. Mendes is New York's first signing in this modern era, and also the skipper wearing the number 4. New York in green and white, the Eddies in blue and white, just huddling there in the middle of the field. Both teams, just some last instructions to make sure that everyone's on the same page moving forward in this game. The Eddies hoping to really put together a better performance than they did on Wednesday night. We're live on City TV here in Edmonton. Welcome to our viewers in the US watching on ESPN3. Thanks for joining our broadcast today. FC Edmonton against the New York Cosmos, and we are just getting set here to get the game going. A slight delay on the sidelines here as the referees speak to the FC Edmonton bench.
I think there's a discussion here. The two teams came out wearing the same color socks. You're not supposed to do that. It's a referee. So we're seeing if they're going to play or if one team may have to change their socks, because, you know, in a soccer kit, everything's supposed to be different, so the referee can tell if there's a foot or legs get in there. They're not supposed to both be wearing white socks, and I think there's some discussion here that there's actually a jersey clash right now.
Not often you see this kind of discussion before a kickoff and controversy about socks, but we've seen it all in Edmonton over the years.
And obviously there's a reason for it. I mean, it's part of the uniform, and if both teams are wearing white socks, if the referee's looking in on a foul, he's got to know who's committing it. I mean, he's not going to be able to see whose shoes those are. And I don't think he's happy that both teams have come out wearing the same color socks.
Referee just explaining this to the players out there on the pitch. As though the New York players are moving towards the touchline in front of us here. The Eddies are gathered in the center circle there. The referee pointing towards the New York bench. Giovanni Savarese, the New York head coach and sporting director, is up from his bench, and he's going to have a chat with the 4th official. There he is, who's on the phone trying to square this one up. Unfortunate that it was only noticed now when they were about to kick off.
Yeah, this is very strange. I've never seen this where teams, I mean, the teams let each other know. They know well in advance what the kits are going to be, what colors they're going to wear. And, I mean, this cuts right down to it. You're supposed to wear different color socks. So that looks like the referee has said you're not playing if both teams are wearing white socks. One of you is going to have to change.
Nobody in the crowd really knows what's happening, but the music playing back on the loudspeakers here, and you can see there both head coaches discussing this, looking somewhat nonplussed that this is what delayed the kickoff. A couple of Croatian jerseys in the crowd, actually, and they'll be for Nico Kranjčar, Croatian international, and one of the big names in the league, playing for New York this season.
Yeah, as Colin Miller said in the lead-in, if this was MLS, he'd be a designated player, and you can't miss those Croatian jerseys in the crowd. They're certainly very distinctive. One of the most beautiful national team strips you'll see anywhere in the world with those red and white checkerboard. Well, right. The PA system is playing Changes by David Bowie, so I think they sort of know what's going on.
There are also some Venezuelan flags on the stand to the far side of us, and they're here for Arango, who got a big cheer when his name was announced and the teams were read out. Juan Arango, the number 18. He's got the record number of caps for Venezuela with 127, and he's scored 23 times for the national team. So he's got some supporters following him here as well today.
Long career with Mallorca and Borussia Mönchengladbach for Arango. So both Arango and Kranjčar bring years and years of European experience to the league.
And he's shaking his head a little bit, just wants to get on with it. The rest of the players are trying to keep warm as we try and straighten out this sock situation.
Yeah, I've never seen this. I've never seen a sock delay.
Colin Miller's taken the opportunity here to, I think he's just basically explaining to the players what's happening here. And possibly some last few words in his team talk. He's got an extra couple of minutes there to get some time with his players. Both sets of players heading back out onto the pitch. So whether the coaches have agreed that it's all okay or not seems to be the case, because looks as though they're going to carry on in the same socks.
Yeah, I'm not sure then why we didn't start 5 minutes ago then. I thought that as soon as the referee pulled it back and said we're not playing with the white socks on both sides, that you would have one team have to go and change them. I would think maybe the home team would have an extra set of socks somewhere. But they're going to go.
We're underway, and FC Edmonton try and attack the goal to our left immediately, but Arango getting his first touch, winning the ball back for the New York Cosmos as they get control of it in the early stages, and Hunter Freeman tries a searching pass through the middle that Zebi controls, and Zebi will roll back to the goalkeeper, Matt Van Oekel. Van Oekel right-footed, looking for the head of Amiobi. Can't get a head on it, but it'll drop invitingly in the middle of the park for Ledgerwood, who just pushes a pass to Eckersley. Eckersley left-footed, chips a nice ball down the left channel. Ledgerwood chasing it, but we'll have a throw-in for FC Edmonton conceded by LaHood. And Johan Smith is back in the team today, just leaves the ball for Eckersley to take. He's one of the players who takes a lot of set pieces, throw-ins, free kicks, corners for FC Edmonton. Dangerous left foot. Throws the ball to Correa. Nice little flick back to Eckersley into the edge of the penalty area. And New York clearing it very patiently and with a lot of composure to Arango. And now here's Jairo Arrieta. He'll try and run at Watson. Watson manages to stave him off, and the ball will drop nicely for Eckersley. Good start from both teams in the first minute. 0-0 so far, but here's Smith with the ball on his left foot. Infield to Correa. Correa sprightly sidesteps a couple of challenges there and picks out Diakite. And now Alan Zebi. Zebi's forward pass is touched to Fordyce, who chips the ball over the top. It's just overhit for Amiobi, but a nice enterprising start from the Edmonds.
Yeah, and it's a big opportunity today for Amiobi, who's been out of the lineup because of injury, and then Jake Keegan got hot as the option that the Eddies have up top. And with Keegan, I think, dealing with a little bit of fatigue and being on the bench today, it's a chance for Ameobi to really put himself in good stead.
Eddie's winning the ball back on the edge of the area, and a shot fizzed wide there by Correa, but some good pressing in the early stages for Edmonton.
Yeah, giveaway there. Carlos Mendez, the veteran captain, get guilty there of giving the ball up, and Correa just lashes a shot just wide.
Degrees in Edmonton today, nice and comfortable for the crowd and the players, and just a gentle breeze. Very nice at Clarke Stadium today. Good break by LaHood there, and out to the left-hand side. New York try and attack the Eddies' right-hand side of defense. Durango again on his left foot, and he's flighted up a ball to the right-hand side. It's got a bit of backspin on it, nicely holds up there for Freeman. Freeman tries to force a corner, but in the end, the Eddies have a goal kick.
Chance for Matt Van Oekel to show off that long-distance boot he has. There's no one playing a short option, so you know he's going to be sending it deep.
Cranshaw getting a touch in the middle of the park. Colin Miller very keen to make sure that his players don't give Cranshaw any space in this match, but he gets a couple of chances to dictate the play there, and in the end plays a pass to Jimmy Otford, bringing it forward to Hood. Break in from the left-hand side from the fullback position by Iosi. Rango right to the left. The cross comes in. That's overhit. They'll run into touch. It'll be a throw in deep inside the half of Edmonton, which Eckersley will take again. 4 minutes gone. No goals so far at Clarke Stadium. Choosing to throw it down the line. And he dropped nicely for Ameobi, and he's got a good break there by Plumhoff on the right-hand side. This looks good for FC Edmonton. Ameobi darting into the area. Plumhoff looking to cut the ball back. And in the end, the chance somewhat gone begging. And didn't quite work out for the Eddies there.
Would like to have seen Jason Plumhoff be maybe a little more selfish there. Try to cut in, maybe have a shot. He waited there for help, waited for his teammates to join him, and it also allowed the Cosmos to get set and reorganize. And a lot of green jerseys got back, and the option went away. And I think there was a case where maybe Plumhoff takes one step in and just has a go. Why not try to test the keeper, Jimmy Maurer, early in the game? And sometimes I think players are guilty of being too unselfish. And that's when I think you just put the head down and put your foot through it.
Eckersley's free kick is an inviting one into the 6-yard area, but just couldn't get the touch and goes out for a goal kick. Plumhoff getting the chance because of an injury to Nyasi from yesterday.
And also interesting to see that Correa has moved to a more central position. We're used to seeing him out on the wing for FC Edmonton, but he's in a central attacking position today with Johan Smith and Plumhoff out on the wings. Now, obviously, having Correa in the middle allows Colin Miller the flexibility to move players in and out and possibly move Correa outside later.
This is going to be the first of 3 matchups between Edmonton and New York this year. First one coming at Clarke Stadium as New York try and build the play on the edge of the Eddies area, but that falls with Eckersley. Eckersley has Correa in front of him. Ledgerwood crowded out there by Arrieta. Some good play by him, and in the end, a free kick given against Edmonton. Referee giving Ledgerwood a bit of a talking to for that challenge on Guenzati.
He's just saying, it's the stage in the game, just settle it down. Don't want to be seeing late fouls.
Granchar switching play to the left-hand side. A nice pass that picks out his man well. The goal kick for Van Oekel. Eckersley will let that one go by. Clearance by Van Oekel, and Amiobi beaten to it in the air. It's a good header away by Jimmy Ockford, but will drop for Johan Smith. Career edge of the penalty area. Trying to scramble their way towards goal here, the Eddies. Plumhoff heading it in towards the penalty area. Scrambled away by LaHood. Plumhoff chasing it down on the right-hand side there, but Iosi very assured in defence and a confident clearance up the left wing. Watson tramples over the advertising hoarding as he puts that ball into touch. Back in action today after having to leave the game late on Wednesday night when his eye was bleeding. But seems to be okay and leading his team again, the captain for the Eddies today.
Yeah, it was a heck of a collision between him and Ottawa's Mozzie Diorio. Nothing malicious about it, just two players chasing what was an awkward ball.
Granchar already getting his passing range in and finding Freeman again. Granchar, middle of the field. Strong possession play here by New York. In the end, not really threatening, and Eckersley has the ball for Edmonton. Slightly more direct approach as he looks towards Amiobi. That one overhit. Freeman has it back for New York. Mendez bringing it forward, and now Iosi. Very comfortable on the ball, the Cosmos, in the first 10 minutes of this match. No goals so far, but they put a lot of passes together. Freeman's looking to switch play this time to the left wing. A nice ball, that one. Oh, and it's a nutmeg, and the strike towards goal, and Van Oekel makes the save, but Zebi will have to watch that one next time.
Yeah, Roscoe just nutmegged him there. It's always a little bit embarrassing when you're the defender. You get the ball poked through your legs here, but you see Roscoe nicely controls it, pokes it through the legs, has a shot. Not a great angle, but still well done by Van Oekel to get in front of that.
Guenzatti just crossing halfway on the right wing for New York here. Rango taking up the play on his favourite left foot. And another raking ball out to the left wing, and Orozco, good control. Zebi watching him closely, but Orozco goes around the outside again, and it's a dangerous cross to the far post. And that could have been 1-0. Arrieta just couldn't direct the header towards goal.
It should have been 1-0. If Arrieta's onside, that's got to go in. He's wide open, and that's just he has to make just minimal contact to knock that in. Arrieta, they're wide open, absolutely wide open to not open the ball, and that's a big let off for FC Edmonton right there. It's a big break that Arrieta wasn't able to make full contact with that, or any sort of goalward contact would have been in the back of the net.
Well, Orozco's proving to be a bit of a danger man in this match so far. 2 touches he had in the last couple of minutes, and beat Zebi twice. And you could see there that New York have had the majority of the ball, 73% of it. That's a lot.
And it's been dangerous possession too. They've been getting into good places. Just talked about Orozco. Got to get closer and shut down those crosses. before they become dangerous, before the ball gets into the penalty area. There's been a couple of chances that the Cosmos have had go begging. They'll be feeling that they've come very close.
Korea's played a great ball over the top into the path of Plumhoff. Controls it back onto his right boot, and that's a beauty. Jason Plumhoff finds the corner, and out of nothing, FC Edmonton are 1-0 in front.
Well, I have to congratulate Jason Plumhoff on his first NASL goal. He comes in for Niasi, and what a better way to make a case for yourself to start than to score a goal. And what a ball from Dustin Correa, though. Absolutely perfectly weighted. And then Plumhoff, as a good goal scorer does. You know, I just talked about a couple of minutes ago how he should have taken the chance. Here he goes, he waits for the defender to come by, picks his spot, picks the corner beautifully. Great goal, great setup from Dustin Correa, though. What a ball. What a perfectly weighted ball. Just puts it behind Mendez, onto Plumhoff's boot, and it's 1-0 to the Eddies.
New York with 73% possession, but 1 goal down, and it just shows you the most important statistic. What it is, it's hitting the back of the net. Plumhoff has done it for Edmonton in the 13th minute, and the Eddies with a 1-0 lead.
I think by now Leicester City and Atletico Madrid together have basically disproven that possession stats matter. They do, but not to the extent that I think a lot of people think they do. Because Leicester and Atletico Madrid certainly have both done pretty well, pretty okay in games where they've only had 30% of the ball.
Very nice goal from Plumhoff. Finding the inside of the side netting. Not much chance for Mauer. Plumhoff only getting the chance because of a late injury to Niasi yesterday, but opens his account beautifully. Benoko watches that one closely onto the right foot, looking for Amiobi, who controls it well. He's been able to play Fordyce in here. Fordyce has got Smith out wide to his left. Johan Smith cuts inside on his right foot, tries the strike. Amiobi keeps it in, and then there's a foul against Plumhoff, and the free kick to New York. But good spell here.
Feel the confidence, the body language, everything. You score a goal. Now the Eddies finding some good passes there on the break. A couple of quick passes, and then Johan Smith. And I think that was a good thing. He was trying to shoot. He wasn't trying to cross there. He tried a shot. It got deflected. Ended up being a cross. But, you know, I think have a go sometimes. And a lot of times the ball can hit a defender, take a crazy deflection, go into the goal, or put the ball into a dangerous spot in the penalty area simply because no one really knows where it's going to go. And that, to me, is always an advantage to the offensive team.
Branchard making a run down the left-hand side. They've got 2 men on him, though, and steal it very quickly away from him, playing the ball forward back into the Cosmos half. Chips a nice one over the top. Orozco shaping up to strike one, and it's gone wide of the post. But he's claiming there was a slight deflection and that it should be a corner, but a goal kick has been given. Arango there, though, with a nice chip pass over the top.
Yeah, Orozco is a serious problem right now for the Eddies. They've got to find, maybe get Alan Zebby some help or figure this one out, because Orozco right now is getting the run of the park down that wing. He's been exceptionally dangerous, and really, you could say he's been unlucky that they haven't got something out of it going down that wing. And they've got to, the Eddies have got to be aware. Maybe the best path is to make sure he doesn't get service. That's a lot of times if one player's hurting you. Just make sure he doesn't get the ball.
Smith on the left-hand side, supported by Correa. Now Eckersley, be a free kick for Edmonton. Gwenzati penalized for going in just a touch late there.
You see the big men, the 2 center backs going up to join the attack here. Diakite and Watson, who both scored on set pieces this year.
Eckersley taking this from the left-hand side. Towards the far post, there's Amiobi's header, and Mauer getting across to his left-hand side to make the save. The flag was up anyway, but Mauer wasn't to know that.
Actually, when the referee put his hand up for a second, I got excited thinking, wait, are they going to give a goal there? Did it go past the line? But no, it was an offside call. Getting a little bit ahead of myself. Don't have goal line technology yet. And I didn't think that would have been that close.
Edmonton leading 1-0, 17 minutes gone at Clarke Stadium. Plumhoff with the goal.
Very engaging game so far, though. A lot happening.
Roscoe in the middle of the field finds Cranshaw, wide to the left. Arango's there. On his left foot, sliding the pass down the line. Iosi's cross is deflected out. Good defensive work there. And that will be a corner for the Cosmos.
See there, so hard to tell, big, massive players. But yeah, it looks like Amiobi is a step offside there.
To Freeman with this corner from the left wing. Right underneath the crossbar and hits the far post. And Van Oekel didn't get a touch on that one. That turned out to be very dangerous. Could have gone anywhere, but luckily for FC Edmonton, it just deflected back out to New York.
Just within inches of an Olympico, which is the goal scored directly off the corner. But yeah, that back post was vacated. Another inch or two of bend, and that thing bounces off the inside of the post and goes in.
Amiobi for Edmonton here, moving out to the right-hand side as he collects that pass from the defense. Some support from Plumhoff, who's ridden a couple of tackles there, still trying, but the ball bouncing for LaHood. Wenzati now playing out to the left-hand side. The flag's up for offside.
Here we see the corner from Freeman. Right off the post and out. That's how close it was. The Cosmos, despite being down 1-0, they've created several good chances, have had several close calls.
Fordyce winning the ball back for Edmonton here and finding Johan Smith. Smith turns on the speed a little bit there. It's a back pass to Mauer, but he'll pick it up, and it's considered to be a deflection. The referee's fine.
I think that he said that LaHood would have. That wasn't a controlled pass, and really no quarrel from the FC Edmonton players. No Edmonton player put up their hand. Two teams have a lot of respect for each other. The coaches get along well.
He gets a good defensive header away there. It drops for LaHood. Mauer just on the edge of his penalty area. Finding Mendez. Roscoe's come deep to get that ball, and now Cranshaw. Arango playing it nicely back into the path of Orozco. Well intercepted by Eckersley.
They've got to do something about Orozco, though. He is just getting the run of the park right now.
Iozzi playing on for Arango, and Arrieta into the penalty area here, squaring it up for Orozco. There he is again, and he scored this time into the bottom right-hand corner, and New York back on level terms, and it's that man Orozco who's been causing all sorts of problems who has the equalizer. 1-1.
You had the feeling if anyone was going to score from New York, it had to be him. He's been the most dangerous man on the pitch. He's been an absolute handful. And once again, he finds open space. He has been finding open space for 20 minutes now. Turns there, gets inside of Diakite, fires it in the goal. You can see here, Rango turns Fordyce. And then Orozco with a nice shuffle of the feet turns Diakite and sticks it into the corner of the net.
Johandria Roscoe with the equalizer. It is 1-1 at Clarke Stadium, but a good game in the first 22 minutes. And honours even.
And while the Eddies have scored a goal, there's still some things defensively we're seeing that would be worrying for Colin Miller. And I think the ease at which New York is sort of running through that midfield and coming at that back four with a lot of pace right now.
Ledgerwood's done a good job to put pressure on there, and Amiobi chasing it down. Good job pressing the ball there by Ledgerwood and by Amiobi in the end.
Well,
They've managed to force a corner kick.
It's a corner. I think the referee there he's giving the goal kick now.
Yeah, he had pointed to the corner flag. It was a vociferous appeal by Maurer, and then I think the linesman basically overruled, and the referee changed his mind.
That's why you work together as a team. Who had the better look at it?
It never really looked like a corner.
No, it did look like it was deflected by Amiobi there as he was trying to break up the play.
Maurer's driven one down the left-hand side, looking for Orozco again. Nice little 1-2 that Orozco played there, but he was taken late and has a free kick.
Yeah, it seems to be the only way. I mean, Zebi was beat again by Orozco, and that time before the give and go could be completed, where the pass back could be done, Zebi brought Orozco down. Just gets in the way.
Pretty football being played by New York in this game so far. 1-1 at the moment, but they have a dangerous free kick here. They've thrown pretty much everyone forward into the box for this. Flighted up to the far post, and Arango did get his head to it, but the flag up as well, and so that wouldn't have counted. It's a free kick for the Eddies.
It's been a very entertaining first 25 minutes of this game. A lot going on, a lot of movement, a lot of both teams are trying to attack.
Chest controlled by Amiobi. Referee, I think, judging that he used his hands though. Iosi away on the left-hand side here. Strong run by the fullback, and Orozco trying to get in behind, but Zebi this time just puts his foot through it.
Yeah, Orozco was getting in behind there. Good last-ditch play by Zebi.
In comes the corner kick, and headed away well by Amiobi. Iosi right on the edge of the penalty area, trying to thread this one into the left-hand side. New York building in the penalty box once more, but Zebi bringing it away, but loses out to Cranshaw. Orozco again, left-hand side. Cranshaw's done well to tee that one up for a strike, but driven over the top by Arango. Goal kick.
You know, and I think if you ever want to show kids how to be confident on a soccer ball and how to not be afraid to take on players with the ball at your feet there was Nico Cranshaw in close traffic with Alan Zebi and Nick Ledgerwood all over him, and he's still able to drape the ball or send the ball over for a shot to Arango simply because he's confident. You can see he's not worried, knows what he's going to do with the ball. He's shielding it very, very well, and that's just that kind of experience of the years and years of playing at the top level in Europe will give you.
Yeah, very comfortable in possession, dictating the play, and Colin Miller talking earlier before this match that he's the man that they wanted to keep close tabs on in this game.
I think at halftime there will be a discussion or two about Orozco.
Yeah, he's in a real danger. And is on the score sheet. Orozco pulling New York level, and Plumhoff got the Edmonton goal. It's 1-1. We've played 26 minutes. sidestepping that challenge well, getting into the penalty area and striking the shot, and going after his own rebound there, and he's won a corner for Edmonton.
Just by Amiobi decided to chase after that ball, backed off the New York defenders and backed off Jimmy Maurer a bit, and allowed that ball to bounce into touch for a corner. So that was really good work by Amiobi. That there wasn't a sense that he was going to get that ball back and maybe create a shot on goal, but what he did was create a bunch of space. The players didn't want to touch him, and it gave that ball an extra little bit before anyone wanted to chase that down.
Korea's going to take the corner from the right. It's curled over to the middle of the goal. Maurer fisting it with the left hand out for a throw into the Eddies. Plumhoff trying to control the throw, but very good work from Arango to take the ball away from him. Guenzati clearing it. Ledgerwood's going to play that one all the way back to Van Oekel. Ogford in possession. Forward pass that Arrieta controls, and Orozco again coming in from the left wing. Cranshaw on the edge of the area. Beautiful footwork from Cranshaw. Watson getting it away from the danger zone, but Freeman with the cross back in there. And Plumhoff decides just to concede the corner.
Cranshaw showing us how to dribble in a phone booth there. Close control. Again, I talked a little bit earlier about how well he controls the ball with players on his back with really seems no room, and he just wiggled out of it, little spin, and got the ball into a good area and basically ended up creating the attack that's led to this corner kick.
Cranshaw now in the penalty area for this corner, which is taken short. Forced to Iosi with the left foot cross and headed away by Diakite. Pass going astray from LaHood. It's an Edmonton throw-in. Oh, LaHood doing well though to win it back there, and strike from Arango, charge down. Just getting caught in possession on the edge of their own box there, and that's not the man to give the ball to. Cranshaw. Freeman's pass picked up by Ledgerwood. Good interception there. Niobe's come deep to play that one back for Eckersley. Eckersley looking for one over the top. Plumhoff's chasing. Nobody really up there with him at the moment. Gets his foot on the ball, plays it back for Smith. Smith's attempted cross is deflected out for a throw-in.
The Eddies do seem to be able to catch New York a little bit unawares of that Route 1 ball over the top. Second time where New York's been caught a little bit, pushing up a little too high, and Plumhoff's been the one able to get behind. Was it the first try that did that led to a goal?
Very nicely taken on the chest there by Zebi from that crossfield ball by Watson. Plumhoff in possession. Good cross that he's put into the air there. Fordyce couldn't get on the end of it. Ledgerwood picks it back up again, and now Korea, middle of the field. Fordyce chipping it to the edge of the box. Amiobi is going to run out to Plumhoff. If he could keep it in on the right-hand side, he's going to throw in fact. for Edmonton. Zebby returns the pass to him. Side, right on the edge of the Eddie's penalty area again. They're trying to play it Cranchar, but it's picked up by Van Oekel.
Cranchar with his hands on his head. I think he understood he was a little bit slow to read that little side foot pass. That ball was actually a good ball. Had he jumped and made the run as soon as that ball was played, he might have been through.
1-1 the score, 33 minutes played at Clarke Stadium. Big boot forward by Van Oekel. Away by Mendez. Ledgerwood winning it back. Fordyce bringing it down. Chips one through for Amiobi. He's offside. It was an accomplished finish, but the flag was up straight away. And that will not count. Still 1-1.
Have another look at this, but flag was up right away. We'll see there. He does look like he's step offside.
Another good situation here for the Eddies, though. Fordyce to Smith. Smith, edge of the area. Eckersley is with him. New York get it clear, but Fordyce winning it back again, and now Watson. Off the target from Van Oekel's clearance. He'll get it this time. And the Hood taking it away from him, but unfairly, says the referee. Free kick to the Eddies.
See, that's the aerial duels. That's balls in the air. The Cosmos winning 2/3 of those battles right now. Cosmos really dominating on the crosses, the 50-50 balls. Eddies have got to do better than that stat, especially with the big players they have.
One of them, Diakite, taking this free kick in towards the edge of the box. New York winning that one as well, though it'll drop for Eckersley. Ledgerwood's pass might just work out there. Fordyce getting a touch on it, and now Correa is going to try and strike one, and straight at the goalkeeper, Mauer, but it's worth a dip.
It was the right idea. There was nothing wrong with having the goal from there.
Watson and Diakite linking up well to help each other in defense, but it's won back by Orozco. Just a little casual there, Diakite, and in the end, Van Oekel making the play.
Diakite recovers by shielding Orozco out at the end line. But this is an open game. Surprised you look at the two teams' defensive records in the league. So of course they would play an open game.
Eckersley, a nice curl ball into the left channel, and Smith chasing it. Freeman puts it up in the air. Mauer catches that one, and it didn't go out of play, and he rolls it out for the Hood. Good little flick by Arango, and then Cranchar over the top. Van Oekel anticipated that one well and makes a fine clearance, puts his foot straight through the ball. It's very well controlled by Mendez, but his pass gives Iozzi a lot to do, and he's given up possession.
Mauer's pretty angry because when he kicked that ball, as he was getting ready to kick it, just after he kicked it out, Nick Ledgerwood ran into him, knocked him over, and there was no call at all. I think it was an accident, but Mauer's pretty furious.
Eckersley to Smith. Here, Cosmos throw in. Hood making a break. Watson shielding him back out, but he's got Cranchar with him. Now Arango. Marietta holding the ball up for Orozco. Along the deck for Orozco, but Edmonton break it up. Fordyce bringing it away, and now Zebi. Krumhoff is on the right wing. There's a great break through the middle for Ledgerwood. He just couldn't get enough on the pass, and New York have the ball back.
Yeah, I think Plumhoff slipped as he was trying to make that cross. He had Ledgerwood going right down the middle. It looked like he just slipped as he was trying to make that cross, and it just ended up hitting the New York player, not getting any distance on it. Bad time to lose your footing.
Oxford, the forward pass to Arietta. Arango shielding his man, and was adjudged to have been pushed down by the referee against Diakite. Free kick to the Cosmos.
I think the referee just warned Diakite the next foul will be going in the book. Had a little talk with him, pointed to several spots on the field there. So I think Diakite's on his last final warning.
Arango and Freeman standing over this dead ball situation. It's touched to Arango, and then tried one off the training ground, but it didn't work out. Iose still has a chance, though, to thread it through for LaHood. Here's a great opportunity, but he's driven it wide, and that's going to be a goal kick for the Eddies.
Yet another attack down that left side, so the right side of the Eddies' defense. We've seen the Cosmos get so much success there, and there LaHood wide open, and he flashes that shot wide.
Maybe looking to bend it, but just didn't quite get the curl, and it just went wide.
But both teams have had some great chances outside of the ones that they've converted. I mean, clearly the Cosmos have hit a goal post. Eddies have also had a couple good looks. The Eddies had a ball in the back of the net that was ruled out for offside.
Orozco now attacking Eckersley on this left-back position, but Eckersley does well to get the ball up towards Amiobi. Oxford winning it back now, finding Orozco, who bursts into the area and intercepted well by Diakite. Amiobi's made a very good sliding tackle there. Well, I thought it was on the pass from Korea that really gave him some work to do. But the referee is deciding that not only is that a foul against Oxford, but it looks like it could actually be a yellow card for Amiobi.
Okay, we'll have another look at this.
I think just having the stud up is the issue there for the ref, and it is a yellow card for Amiobi. Crowd not liking it either. He got the ball, but I think maybe just following through.
Yes, the stud came down on the player's foot, so I think Oxford's still feeling it.
Into the last few minutes of this half.
As we head toward halftime, I think that talk still, I mean, Orozco's had a couple of more chances and a couple of more looks in this half, and it's like a game of whack-a-mole. He pops up somewhere else. You think you got him on the one wing and he shows up on the other. And we talk a lot about Cranchar and Arango, but man, Orozco's been a handful.
Really good half from Orozco, including the goal he scored.
First we'll have a look at the Eddies goal. This is a wonderful ball by Correa over the top. Finds Plumoff, makes that nice step around Carlos Mendez, tucks it in the far side of the goal. That's a goal scorer's goal. That's a perfect goal. His first NASL goal. Played in the USL last year. And congratulations to Jason Plumoff on that first NASL marker.
And a nice one too for your first one. That's a beauty. Perfect counter-attack, smash and grab raid by the Eddies. But Orozco leveling things up at the other end. Edmonton's lead short-lived, around about 9 minutes before Orozco found the back of the net himself. Oxford there on the sidelines with his coach.
Looks like he's going to be okay.
Free kick is taken, headed away by Watson. It's still there to be won by New York. Gwenzati has it. To go to the goal line, but another free kick given against the Eddies. Eckersley believing that that was a fair tackle. Referee is on the spot. Foul given.
Oxford's already back on the pitch for the Cosmos as well. This is there. Eckersley doesn't like it, but in the end, Eckersley's opinion doesn't matter very much.
Arango's going to take the free kick. He's drilled it towards the near post, and Van Oekel, under pressure, decides to punch it out for a corner.
It's a little bit more difficult. Hunter Freeman cut right in front of him. Just that shot's going there, flashed a foot in front of his eyes. Makes that a little bit difficult. You'll see the Cosmos player cuts in here, flashed the foot right out there. That was Freeman, former Toronto FC player, who caused a bit of distraction there for Van Oekel.
Amiobi heading this one away onto the chest of Johan Smith, but it'll come back in by Gwenzati. Van Oekel can gather this one in.
Wonder how much time will be added on. Oxford was down for a little bit. So you've heard this is going to be a couple of minutes. And we are just a little bit behind schedule, obviously, because of the sock controversy that started the game.
We're into stoppage time in the first half. There'll be 2 minutes as Eddies move forward on the right-hand side.
There will be a minimum of 2 minutes.
Fordyce's ball into the edge of the area, headed away from Amiobi. Correa has possession, and he's tripped up by Cranchar, has a free kick. And this could be a late chance here in the half for the Eddies to put some pressure on Jimmy Mauer.
That's what you would call a good foul by Cranchar. He saw that Correa got into space and was squaring up to shoot. Just a little trip there. Let him know I'm not going to let you get away. Disturbed the chance. I wonder if this will be Dustin who will have the go from back here. Defenders moving up. Diakite and Watson to go in the box. Suggested they might just pop this ball into the penalty area and get it into the mixer.
Beautiful long-range pass for Plumhoff's goal by Correa, and he's lining this one up on the left peg. Fordyce with him.
So it'll be Correa's left foot or Fordyce's right foot. We'll see which one goes.
Correa strikes it first time and just gets that nice bounce right in front of Mauer, but he watched it very closely, and that was a good save, pushing it wide.
Mauer I thought he was a little bit late reacting to it. I don't know if he had trouble seeing that over his wall, but he does get to it. He does get his palms out there, but a good effort by Dustin Correa, and a good idea, bouncing that in front, skidding it in front of goal.
Here comes his corner. Diakite goes up for the header. Still bobbling around in there. Free kick given. And that attack will fizzle out with the referee's whistle. will be half-time at any second.
Bob Diakite is wondering why he got called in the foul there. I think he's just saying, I'm just bigger.
And that's the half-time whistle. Good first half. 2 goals. Plumhoff putting the Eddies ahead in the 13th minute before Orozco pulled one back for the Cosmos to equalize. And that's where we are at half-time, but a good first 45 minutes.
A very entertaining half for the people watching or for the people who've come to the stadium today. Lots of incidents, lots of scoring chances. Both teams going at it. Both game played in a very positive manner, and really I'm surprised that it's only 1-1. We could have had more goals in this one.
We'll hear from both coaches at half-time. There's Jason Plumhoff. Very nice goal from that counter-attacking move on his part as he walks off the field. But a fine strike as well by Orozco to level things up for the New York Cosmos. And I'm sure that his coach is very pleased with his first half performance. Orozco causing FC Edmonton all kinds of trouble. Let's talk to Giovanni Savarese. Steve.
Coach, before we get into the game, maybe just talk a little bit about what happened at the start there with the delay with the Sox.
Yeah, there was some kind of confusion with the Sox. We had information that we could wear what we wore. They had different information, and at the end we just compromised together, make sure that we allow the game to start as quick as possible.
And maybe just talk a little bit about Orozco. He's been a real handful for the Eddies to deal with today, and he seems to be popping up everywhere.
He's a player that creates problems. He's fast, he's tricky. And today he's been showing more and more. You know, he's more confident going forward, and he scored a very good goal.
All right, thank you, Coach.
Thank you.
Giovanni Savarese, the New York coach, basically confirming there that after the brouhaha about the Sox, that it was agreed that they would continue as normal. Bit of an unusual delay about Sox, but everything in the end agreed on, and the half did happen, and a good one too, and it's 1-1 at half-time. Let's talk to Colin Miller, the Eddies coach. Colin, thanks for joining us. Just your assessment on the first half.
Yeah, 2 good teams actually. It must be an entertaining game to watch. The Cosmos are quality, you can see that. The lad Kranjčar is a hell of a player, and they play some good stuff, but we have to be better organised, quicker defensively. The problem when you have so many attack-minded players in midfield is as soon as you lose the ball, the reaction, their natural reaction is not to defend. They're forwards, they're attack-minded players, they don't want to defend. And that's what's causing us that quick transition with the Cosmos, and they have such quality that they can definitely punish you. But I tell you, we're dangerous on the counter. We've got Big Tolmy looks in the mood here. It's a good game. It's a good game. I'm disappointed with the goal we've given away. As a bad pass across the park, and we lose it from there. But still, lots of positives. We know we're going to have to defend well. We know we're going to do a lot of good things defensively here to stay in the match because of the quality that the Cosmos have. But this game is not beyond us.
Thanks, Colin.
Thank you.
Coach Colin Miller, pretty pleased so far with the half, and a real good game it's developing into at Clarke Stadium. And at halftime, FC Edmonton 1, New York Cosmos 1. All set for the second half at Clarke Stadium, and New York making a substitution. That injury to Oxford keeping him out of second half action, replaced by David Ochieng, who will play at right back, and Freeman has settled into the centre half position. New York getting us underway in the second half. Kranjčar tackled by Ledgerwood, who appeals for a free kick but not given, and Amiobi helps him out, and eventually the ball making its way to Eckersley. Eckersley just pushing one forward, prodding it into the path of Amiobi. He won't get to that, and New York back on the attack, but Watson stifling that one, and Eckersley again driving it forward. Amiobi has got past Ochieng there and tried to feed it inside the fullback, and some good early pressure for the Eddies. Will have a corner kick.
Yeah, it looks a little strange to you. You might notice the Eddies did change their socks at halftime. They're in the blue socks right now. Obviously, we had that problem at the start of the game. The 2 teams both wearing the white socks, as Giovanni Savarese explained. Cooler has prevailed, and they allowed the game to start. But at half, the Eddies have changed socks.
Corner comes in from Korea, headed away by Kranjčar. And Hood just loops that over the halfway mark, and it's controlled nicely by Arrieta, but taken away from him by Ledgerwood, who moves into the New York half here and feed to Plumhoff on the right-hand side. Plumhoff with a good crossing position here. Just slides the ball to the edge of the box. Ledgerwood tried to feed it into the path of Fordyce, but that one didn't work out. Renzati for New York playing a nice 1-2, but couldn't control the rebound, and Korea has possession again, just slipping this one off to Eckersley. And now Johan Smith. Break by Smith, and he pulls off a nutmeg himself. Great play by Smith. In comes the cross. It'll drop to the edge of the area, and that man Orozco is back there defending, but his clearance is a poor one. Picked up by Fordyce. In comes the cross, and away again by the Cosmos. Eckersley winning the ball back. Smith playing it into Eckersley. Was he looking for a foul there inside the area? Referee's having none of it. And the Cosmos clear it up the right wing. New York giving the ball away a little much, though, at the beginning of this second half, and there's a shooting chance for Fordyce, and straight at the goalkeeper, Mauer, who juggles it for a bit, but had no real trouble making the save.
No, you're right, Gareth. I think the Cosmos had 3 good opportunities to get the ball out of their own final third, and they gave it away each time and got caught. They were guilty of ball watching in a couple of cases, too, with 50-50 balls. Players wait for it to get to them, and here we see Fordyce gets his foot through it well, has a bit of swerve at it, but it's right at the keeper. It's still a good effort. You want to get that on goal. It sends a warning message. And a very positive start to the second half for the Eddies.
New York still with the lion's share of possession, but FC Edmonton with the more of the pressure in the early stages of this second half.
A bit of the let off there with the Eddies losing control of the ball. Looks like they're pressing a little bit harder in the second half to start.
Zebi pressing, but couldn't get the ball that time, and Arrieta's making a break here down the left-hand side for New York. Pass to the edge of the box. Arango goes down under the challenge. Referee waves that away. He wasn't actually appealing for a free kick. I think it was just one of those where he slipped. Fordyce playing the ball down the right-hand side.
And then Eckersley got all ball with his foot, too, as well. He put his foot there, and it was all contact. He blocked the pass. He was playing the pass. And to be fair, as you said, there was no protest of any kind. The referee just put his palms down and say there's no call there, but knowing the Cosmos was looking for one.
Still 1-1 at Clarke Stadium, just 5 minutes into the second half, thereabouts. Plumhoff and Orozco on the score sheet today for their teams. FC Edmonton look like they're defending further up the pitch. The back line much closer to the midfield line in this half as Orozco controls the ball, but Zebi this time takes it away from him. Good play by Zebi, turning the tables on Orozco, who was his first half tormentor. Now Plumhoff to the edge of the area, looks for the cross, will get a throw in.
The pace has started very quick again in the second half. It was a very quick pace in the first half.
Korea from the right-hand side. Ledgerwood picks out Albert Watson. And Watson spotted a run by Eckersley into the box, but very well intercepted by Ochieng, the Cosmos substitute, who replaced Ockford, who didn't return to action after the halftime break. Cranshaw gets past his man, but gives the ball away. Korea now with it. Johan Smith on the left wing. Plumhoff in the penalty area. Slides it to the edge of the box, and Fordyce with the strike. And it's FC Edmonton having a good spell at the beginning of the second half, but again, not really troubling Mauer enough.
Fordyce now with a couple of strikes from the top of the area, both at Mauer, but again, good opportunities for the Eddies and some good forward thrust.
Korea's got a run by Obi ahead of him. Just waits for the support to come from Eckersley. Eckersley darting forward. Hands it off to Smith. Smith's cross is up to the far post. And that's headed behind for a corner to the Eddies.
The Eddies can maybe make something happen with the set play. Big Diakite, Albert Watson going up. So Korea going there to take it. And there's no short option there for the Eddies. No one's even pretending that this is going to be to feign it's going to be a short corner. And no one even really at the near post. Now you see the set I got faked out there with Ledgerwood coming in late for that corner.
Put up the cross to the far post. It's very deep. It's going to be kept in by Diakite. And he's put it into the penalty box. Watson gets up. It'll drop for Ledgerwood again. Drives it in low and goes behind again for another corner kick. FC Edmonton's best spell of the match.
There's a vital touch there by Ioze at the back post as that ball was in the mixer, because it looked like Plumhoff might get a quick open shot as that ball was bouncing around. A very positive start to the second half by the Eddies.
Korea's ball towards the near post. Watson gets a touch on it. Cleared by the Cosmos, but one back again by FC Edmonton. But that header by Ledgerwood drops nicely for Arrieta. Now Orozco. This is very dangerous as Orozco continues, but Ledgerwood makes amends with a very good tackle. Just got his foot in there to stop Orozco.
Perfectly timed, got all ball there.
Korea attacking from the right-hand side, still going. And he's still got possession on the edge of the penalty area. And New York getting it clear, but they've been caught a little bit cold at the beginning of the second half by the Eddies' pressure. Eckersley to the edge of the box again, and Fordyce sliding it wide to the right, and Plumhoff tries to hook his foot round the ball and get the cross in. He's kept the ball in play. The danger somewhat dissipated there. The ball was a little hard for him to keep in touch.
It's the right idea, though. I think Fordyce, New York's known the last two times he's had the chance at that top of the area, he shot, and that time he sprayed the ball out wide.
Rango playing a 1-2 with Orozco. Orozco is cut back, is very close, but driven over the top. That was a very good chance for Jairo Arrieta, but just leaning back there, perhaps a trifle much, and it goes over the top.
It's the second time in this game. Remember in the first half with the header that went wide that Orozco's basically put the ball on the platter for Arrieta. This is a little bit of a harder chance. Ball's bouncing behind him. He's got to get his leg around it. But once again, Orozco pops up and causes all sorts of problems for the Eddies.
It is 1-1 at Clarke Stadium. We are live on City TV at Edmonton and across the U.S. on ESPN3. Thanks for joining our broadcast. As the Eddies press again towards the edge of the Cosmos penalty area. Ioze finding pass that eventually works its way through for Arrieta. Watson gets an important foot in there. Cranchar on the edge of the area trying to play in Guenzati, but Eckersley winning that one back and attempting to chip it over the top for Smith. Fordyce does find Smith with a double header. Korea now on his left foot. Looks for the crossfield pass, and I just may have underhit that one. Didn't get it over the defender to find Plumhoff. Orozco finding Ioze. Chips that one down the channel for Orozco to chase. Diakite will try and shield that one into touch, and has done. And it's a goal kick for Edmonton.
Looks like Shamit Shom is being prepared on the Eddies bench. He's got his training kit off. I think he's going to be coming in to the game fairly quickly. You know, at the half, the Cosmos had to make one of their subs, burned one, with Oxford having to come out of the game.
Making a break into the penalty area here on his left foot, and that's a spectacular save by Van Oekel, who made himself look very big and closed down the angle. Arango tried to chip it over the top, but Van Oekel made a very good save.
Yeah, it comes off the line early, does Matt Van Oekel, and really luckily for the Eddies, that first touch from Arango takes him away from the goal and hurts his scoring angle. And Diakite does enough just to push him a little bit outside, but still an excellent save from Matt Van Oekel.
Shamit Shom preparing to come on here for the Eddies. Looks like that substitution can take place now, and it's going to be Jason Plumhoff, the Eddies goal scorer, that he will replace. And Plumhoff back in action today, scored a very fine goal, but now Shom is going to get his chance as well.
Now entering the match, number 26.
We'll see what the academy-bred Edmonton teenager can do. Nearly scored against Ottawa. Had Edmonton's best scoring chance against Ottawa. Forced a very good save on Wednesday from Marcel DeBellis.
Getting his first touch straight away in the match and winning the ball from Orozco. Finding Korea. Korea skipping away from Orozco, does well there. Good to thread that pass through for Amiobi. Ayoze getting the ball clear. Rango, nice flick on. Foul by Watson, a push in the back there on Arrieta.
Every time he yells, you give him a whistle! Savarese was right behind the two players. It was right in front of the coach's box, so that challenge happened. Savarese was leaping to get the referee's attention when he felt that Watson had made the push in the back.
Tackled by Ledgerwood, winning the ball back and trying to find Shom. Picks out Smith. Fordyce just flicking it into the path of Korea, and now Zebi's joining the attack. All kinds of room for the cross here. Alan Zebi holds up the play and finds Korea instead. And that doesn't quite work. He's giving it away to Cranshaw, but it's run back by Diakite, who's come from the back to charge down the right-hand side. He too, though, holds up the play, and this time wins a free kick, though, for the Eddies.
Well done by Pap Diakite. Reads the play, and Arango gets a card there. Just by holding up the ball there in the corner, and I think the Cosmos got a little frustrated. But we've seen that a few times, the Cosmos, in this half, where they try to get the ball of their own third, and they've given it away, which they weren't doing in the first half.
Yeah, a bit of a sloppy start to the second half from New York Cosmos, and Edmonton putting them under pressure, and with another chance here to turn the screw a little bit with Eckersley.
I think I see Pablo Cruz getting ready too on the Eddies bench.
Bends it in left-footed to the far post, but that one is going to be claimed comfortably by Mauer. Mauer looks for the quick clearance to Orozco and finds it nicely. Orozco playing a nice pass to the edge of the box, and Arrieta hasn't quite found his shooting range in this match. That one driven over the angle.
Another solid play from Orozco, though. It's a little quick change of direction. Ball dipped to the outside. Hard to take your eyes off him. He's just been consistent all game long, just doing very, very good things. Popping up in all sorts of different places on the pitch.
Great work by Mauer there to spot his run from the goal kick, and that could turn defense into attack very quickly.
Now the Eddies with a free kick here. Sort of that mid-range in the half where you can pop the ball in. little bit of gamesmanship there. Not allowing the Eddies to take that free kick quickly.
Ledgerwood goes it towards Diakite. It's underway by the New York defense. Ozzy playing it up the line to Orozco. Zebi very close to him. Concedes the throw in. Clips one over the top looking for Arrieta, but he just mistimed his run. He's offside, and then needlessly sort of strikes out there at Diakite, and the referee's going to want to talk to him about that. The ball was out of play, no chance of touching it, and he might be a little lucky to escape a yellow card there.
Yeah, I think the referee just a little talk. I think that's fair.
Here we go with another FC Edmonton substitution. Coming off is Johan Smith, and he's going to be replaced by Pablo Cruz. Cruz wearing the number 10.
Now entering the match, number 10.
The Eddies down to one option left for Colin Miller. Two of the subs now used. 27 minutes and plus stoppage time still to go.
Van Okel's ball held up in the breeze there and headed away by Mahood.
Again, the Eddies do need to make those changes because this is their fourth game in a week and a half. By the time they're through this stretch next Sunday, they'll have played 6 games in less than 3 weeks.
Playing again on Wednesday in the Canadian Championship, and then next Sunday as well here against Carolina.
And another huge, what could be, we talked about the traffic jam at the top of the table in this league. And it's getting right down to it with the spring season, and I'm sure everyone around the league is quite excited to see that the race is as competitive as it is. And you really can't say who's got the upper hand. And 5 or 6 teams still have a shout and say that they could win the spring season title, and that's what you want to see.
Van Okel's goal kick straight through the middle of the field. Fordyce winning the header. Cruz getting his first touch and has the ball again at his feet. Shuffles it towards Fordyce. And now Correa. Zebi's made a run outside of him. Correa twisting and turning. Little back heel flick to Fordyce. Now here's Zebi. Iosi watching that very closely, doing a good job in defense there. It's a throw in for Edmonton.
I talked about the traffic jam. This game's an example of it. It's a very competitive game. Some well played. 2 teams going for it, creating chances.
Oh, Fordyce will sneak possession back there inside the New York box. Great cross into the area, and it just evades everybody. Amiobi still in possession, though, and here's Eckersley. They still have men forward. Correa just on the edge of the box. Orozco is the one who makes the tackle, and he's just been all over the pitch. Look at this, and a great break that he's started here. Orozco, a mazy run through the middle of the field, and looked to pick a pass to the right-hand side, but he was being tugged from behind at the time, and that is going to be a free kick for the Cosmos and a yellow card as well for Pablo Cruz. What more can we say about Orozco today?
He's just fabulous. I think I'd already have him in pen written in the team of the week for NASL this week.
Terrific tackle back in his own penalty area before this run happened, and then just being pulled from behind and getting a free kick for his team.
Number 10, Pablo Cruz of FC Edmonton has received a caution in the 66th minute.
Arango standing over this one, Freeman as well.
New York preparing a sub as well. Someone's going to come in soon.
And that's going to go over the top. No real threat there from Arango. Flores is the man waiting to come on for New York. And here he comes.
It's Cranchar coming off. So.
Yeah, there we go. Not really been a factor in this second half, though.
No, he was good in the first half, and he was very good in possession. But we do know he's had a bit of issues with his hamstring, so better safe than sorry. And both teams bringing in fresh legs. Both teams using 2 of their subs so far each.
That Oakland's goal kick flipped on in towards Amiobi. He's really made Mendez work hard to do that clearance, but he did it. And it's a throw in for Edmonton. On the chest, good control. Eckersley on the left wing. Early cross in towards Amiobi. Tried to cushion down the header for Fordyce, and it was a lucky deflection that stopped it getting there. And New York slightly fortunate there.
Half-hearted appeal there for Amiobi. I do stress half-hearted appeal.
Diakite, very good defensive job on Arrieta there. And Zebi. Roscoe's trailing boot makes Zebi turn back again for the ball. This time he's driven it up the line nicely. Amiobi won't get to that. Ochieng's got the time to bring this one under control and find Mendez.
And honestly, I have to say, like, there's that Amiobi I said was a half-hearted appeal to the referee, but today I got to say both teams have played with an excellent spirit. The players have gone down. They haven't looked to the referee. They haven't pulled out imaginary cards or anything like that. They just got on with it. It's been really good to see 2 teams really just getting on with it, playing the game, being competitive.
Roscoe again wriggling away from Zebi. Correa's back there trying to get the ball under control. And he wins himself a goal kick for the Eddies. 1-1 the score. We have about 21 minutes to play. Anybody's game, really, at this point.
Yeah, it's been very, very entertaining. I think this is maybe, in terms of entertainment value, been the best so far this year that the Eddies have been involved in. Score 1-1. Could have more on each side. Both teams have attacked. Both teams have gone forward. Both teams have looked for opportunities. As I said, it's been very competitive, very entertaining, and 2 teams clearly who are in that race for the spring season title and are staking their claims.
Watches the back pass onto his left boot and drives it nicely through the middle of the field. Diakite winning a header, and then Fordyce back header towards Shome. Shome guiding a header to the left-hand side. Freeman steps in to win that one back. It's just driven through the middle by Watson, and it'll run through for Mauer. Now Mendez bringing it from defense. By Guenzati down the right wing. Watson watches him closely and will concede the corner kick there, but a good tackle. Clean one, and it had to be inside the box.
See how the Cosmos line up for this set piece. Mendez comes off all the way to join the attack. Remember, Mendez scored on a set piece against Edmonton last year.
Iozzi taking the corner. Flores is there short for it. And they shift the ball quickly to Freeman for a different angle. Back to Flores. Goes around the outside, cuts back the cross, and it's dangerous in there. Watson getting a touch to get it away from the danger zone. Iozzi making another break. Now Orozco again. And a diving header away by Diakite to concede another corner.
Glad to see that no one got hurt there. There was a ball there, those waist-high balls where players are going for their head. They're swinging at it for a volley. But luckily, no danger.
Good header away by Diakite.
Yeah, strong header from Diakite. Orozco trying to play that near post cross.
Free kick whistle had gone before Van Oekel made that very clean claim.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are about to enter the Pizza 73 minute. Remember, FC Edmonton scores and goals from 73:00 to 73:59. All fans with a valid match ticket will win a free pizza redeemable tomorrow, courtesy of Pizza 73. So let's get loud. Be loud for your FC
Amiobi finding Korea, sidesteps his man well. That's going to be a free kick. Iozzi's already apologizing for it. It was just one of those where he's beaten him with a quick bit of skill, and he didn't really mean the trip, but he's realizing that that is going to be a yellow card, and that's exactly what he gets for that tackle.
Ball in the dangerous place. Cruz lining up over it. You see here, challenge again. Correa skips by, just a trailing leg, catches back heel of Correa. Eckersley with the left foot, Cruz with the right foot, depending on which way you want to swing this in.
Very honest there about the tackle, though. Iozzi apologized immediately, held up his hand, and took punishment of a yellow card. He's had a good game for New York on that left-hand side today.
There's no doubt now. It's Eckersley.
To the far post, and there's the header, and there's the goal for Diakite. Getting his head on that one, guiding it into the bottom corner, and the Eddies are up 2-1.
So, the center back is now the joint top scorer for the Eddies this year. And I know him and Albert Watson, I know Colin Miller has told me about this. They have a little rivalry about who's going to score more goals this year. So now that's 2-1 to Diakite. And the legend that is Pop Diakite will grow. Great header, nods it into the corner. No chance for Maurer. Maurer has no chance there. Great free kick, though, from Adam Eckersley. Perfectly bended.
Just one of those free kicks that had the bend on it, just needed the touch. And it was an expert touch as well, guiding it into the corner. And Edmonton are at 1 goal to the good against the champions. It is 2-1 at Clarke Stadium with Pap Diakite's go-ahead goal.
It could also be potentially, we still have 15 minutes of stoppage time to go, but potentially Pop Diakite's second match-winning goal of the season. What an addition he's been. His agent is Alex Bunbury, former Canadian national teamer, longtime teammate of Colin Miller on the Canadian national team. And it was Alex Bunbury who called Colin Miller, friends, obviously, and said, I've got a player for you. You want to have a look at him? And I think Colin Miller's pretty happy that he got that call from Alex Bunbury.
Working out pretty well so far, that's for sure, and that was a terrific goal. Great set piece. No chance for Maurer. Just beautifully placed in the corner. "14 minutes left at Clarke Stadium. New York have played some terrific stuff today, but they trail by a goal.
There's a hint of Alex Bunbury to the goal. If you ever have seen Alex Bunbury play, what a goal poacher he was.
There's Diakite at the other end making an important interception and linking up with Eckersley, who assisted on that goal and making the clearance down the left-hand side.
And looks like Cosmos ready to make their final change. Lucky Kosana.
Fordyce making a good interception there. And Ledgerwood continuing the break and just couldn't play in Amiobi. And that ball will go out.
But yet another giveaway by the Cosmos defender. Just too casual with playing the ball. And it's Arango who's going to be coming out. So forward for forward change. Just fresh legs coming in for the last few minutes.
Ranko doesn't come over to shake the hand of Kosana, just runs into the dugout, and on comes Kosana. Ball's been cleared over the top of the stand. It'll be a throw in for the Eddies. Approaching the last 10 minutes, and FC Edmonton are going to make a substitution as well fairly shortly, and Keegan will get a chance to come on. Ledgerwood just a big up and under that. Drops to the edge of the box. Amiobi. He's found Correa. Correa looking for the bender. Gets the shot on target. But again, it's straight at Mauer. Big kick by Mauer. That's going to bounce inside the Eddies' penalty area. And in the end, it's going to be easy for Van Oekel. They've got some huge distance on that. A bit too much.
Yep. If the off-season, if the Jets or the Giants are looking for a punter there. But what's interesting is if this result holds up and we still have 12 minutes of stoppage time to go, the Eddies will only be 2 points out of first place. That would certainly be a little bit of ointment for the pain from Wednesday's game.
Yeah, Colin Miller put down Wednesday's game as a one-off, an anomaly, something that he's not really seen before from his players, and expected them to bounce back today, and they've definitely done that. This has been it's been a different team, really. Here's the substitution. Keegan, it's just a straight swap for Amiobi back in the game today, and Colin Miller said at halftime, Amiobi looked in the mood, and he really did put himself about. Endless running in the match for the Eddies, and he's getting a good reception from the home crowd, and Keegan will replace him here.
He deserves that reception. He held up the ball well, was a bother all game long for the Cosmos.
Now entering the match, number 43, Jake Keegan.
Deserving of the applause that he gets.
Keegan actually from New York, getting a chance to play against the Cosmos today. Colin Miller just explaining that he'd played a lot of games, Keegan, so he thought he'd rest his legs with all these games still coming up thick and fast for the Eddies. There he is, getting a good first touch and finding Ledgerwood.
I think the most important thing, I mean, right now, Colin Miller will look no matter what happens in this game and say this was such a positive response from his team after the game Wednesday. Arguably one of the worst efforts that they put out while he's been the manager, and he said so on Wednesday.
He did. Correa's going to get a yellow card for that late challenge. Several yellow cards in the match, but certainly not a dirty game, just a couple of late tackles that have gone punished. And this one against Iosi, and just to way out from behind, not too much doubt about that one.
And really no different than when Iosi fouled him for the yellow. That right away Correa went over, apologized, shook his hand. Said good to see when a player just says, look, I got it, I deserved it, not going to complain about it.
important touch by Schoen there to find Cruz, but Cruz's pass is not going to find Keegan. Flores for New York. That's intercepted by Diakite, who's driving his team forward again from the back. And he's picked out Keegan. Keegan is onside. He's getting into the penalty area. Moves it onto his right boot and tries to go for glory, but just didn't work out for Keegan. And it's a goal kick that Mauer takes quickly and finds Orozco. Last 8 minutes of the game. Edmonton protecting a 2-1 lead. Deflection works nicely there for Watson, and then Diakite, who just drifts the ball into the New York half.
This has been another monster game from Diakite. Not just the goal, but we've seen him step up several times, intercept balls, just so confident out of the back, blocking crosses, and he's just a mountain of a man. Hard to get around for strikers. He's just, as I said, what a find by the Eddies.
Played really well today. And his goal, the icing on the cake. There he is, the challenge with Kosana. Did well. That one came off the back of his head, but he'll take it. Van Oekel's got the ball safely in his grasp.
And we all know how much defenders love to score goals.
Kickoff on that game is 2 p.m.
And a nice one too. Nice guided header into the corner.
So Albert Watson's got some work to do, because he had the 1-0 lead, because they do have this competition between them of who's going to score more goals. Now Diakite's got 2 in a row, so it's over to you, Albert.
Good rivalry to have if the defenders get in the habit of scoring.
It's all in good fun. It's good to see. It's a good team building, team spirit building exercise.
Edmonton 2-1 in front. Free kick here. Fordyce chucking it over the top. Keegan's in there, gets his head on it. Deflected wide for a corner. Good little break he made into the box there.
Clever little play. Know the ball's going to bounce up for you on this turf.
Corner's played short. Cruz in possession. Takes it back into the corner flag. And gets a throw in for his team.
But honestly, if you compare them to Wednesday's Cup game, you wouldn't even know it's the same team, other than the shirts. Not the socks, but the shirts.
Yeah, night and day from that performance. This has been more like what the home fans want to see. And this is against a better team.
And the Cosmos have had their chances. I mean, they've hit a goal post. Arrieta's had a couple of fantastic looks. Balls that were put on platters for him by Orozco.
Freeman from the right-hand side for the Cosmos. Cross to the far post, and lucky Kosana just couldn't direct the header towards goal. It was going wide, and a very acute angle for him there. Always a favorite for that to be.
It would have been a heroic feat of athleticism if he would have been able to turn that ball around.
Check out the Sterling Homes Premium Club Tent or FC Edmonton.
Into the last 5 minutes. Edmonton 2-1 in front. Plumhoff and Diakite the goal scorers. Orozco on target for the Cosmos.
Of a team with characters. How do you respond? Ups and downs happen in a season. And when you have that down, you have that low point like Edmonton did on Wednesday, how do you respond from it? Today Edmonton said a lot to their fans, a lot to their coach about the spirit on this team. They've recovered.
Still We've got some work to do here in the last 4 minutes. Freeman's cross into the penalty area. Diakite blocking a strike. Doing work this time in defense, and the offside flag up on this occasion against the Cosmos. So Diakite at both ends of the pitch. It's been a rock. He's gone down injured there. Just might need some treatment.
Just sacrificing himself. That's all. It's just a player willing to throw himself in front of anything to get the result. Another look.
Hey fans, don't forget that with Diakate's goal.
Another look here at Diakate's goal. Here's Eckersley floating it in, and Diakite nods it inside of the head. No chance for Jimmy Maurer. Great cross from Eckersley. Great finish by Diakite. Great game by Diakite. He's going to be fine. He just has to run off right now. The trainer came out to see him. I'm sure he'll be right back on the pitch.
Just took a bang in defense, blocking that shot. The back of the way with Van Okel's clearance. Korea's got a chance to get in behind the back here. The goal kick just can't quite keep the ball in play. Not wasting any time getting this ball moving again. New York needing a goal. 2 minutes to play, and there'll be some stoppages, not much.
I'm sure there's supporters in Carolina and Minnesota watching this as well. They want to see this. They don't want to see the Cosmos get 3 points, so they'd be happy here.
Cruz receives a pass from Keegan. Twisting and turning, just trying to kill some time, maybe take it into the corner here again. Killed a couple of seconds. Now it's with Watson. Fordyce will find Eckersley. Eckersley playing it forward to Keegan. Keegan's going to move this right into the corner. The ball taken away from him, though. Flores now turning, and Mendez. Fordyce takes the ball away from Orozco and wins a free kick, and Orozco will end up in the referee's notebook as well as we enter the last minute of the 90, and then we will have 4 minutes of stoppage time.
I don't think the Eddies will be in much of a hurry to take this free kick. They'll set up, and this time I'm sure the defenders won't be coming up to attack it. They'll hang back. This will be, I think the goal here is to control the ball. Milk some more of the clock.
Fordyce, who won the free kick, will take it himself. He's just lifted it out to the left-hand side there, looking for Eckersley, and has a throw-in for the Eddies. Flores driving it forward for New York, away by Watson. Signaling that there are 4 minutes left to play in stoppage time. Flores again up towards Arrieta. Intercepted by Shamit Shone. Good work by him. Finds Correa. Correa tried to look for the through pass to Keegan. He's wide open there, but
apologizes there. We talked about Shomes taking that ball away, but Arrieta was just rushed into making a bad decision because Diakite was all over him.
Zebi lifts this one high. Throw in for New York. Mendes finding Ochieng. edge of the Eddie's penalty area. Kosana trying to turn and make space for himself, away by Fordyce, and Keegan is chasing that one down. Oh, Keegan's got around the back here. Keegan into the penalty area, slides it for Correa, and it's hard to believe he could miss that. It seemed easier to score virtually an open goal for Dustin Correa. Keegan could have gone for goal himself, but was very unselfish.
You can only hope that's not going to come back to haunt the Eddies and the Cosmos aren't going to steal one late, because what a miss by Dustin Correa. That's a wide open goal that's just set on a platter. You just got to side foot it in. I think the problem was Dustin Correa tried to fire that in the goal. You don't need to. Just roll it in. Just nudge it.
That's really hard to believe.
We're going to look at this again, but Keegan, the backspin on that ball actually helped him, and then he ran onto it, and here it is. A little bit of poor control there. A little bit of poor control by Correa on that first touch. You can see the ball popped up on him. But really just first touch, just side foot it.
Well, it's more of a right-footed chance, but didn't feel obviously confident enough to use his right foot. And what can you say about that? That's
as I said, you can laugh about it if the score stays 2-1. You can have a little smile about it and say chuckle. But if the Cosmos were to score one late to tie the game, then it becomes, something that becomes a glaring point in the game. Hopefully for the Eddies, it'll be something they can chuckle about in the dressing room afterwards.
Just looking down at the bench, Colin Miller put his head in his hands. I don't think he could believe what he saw there.
No, they did everything right. I mean, Keegan basically put it on the platter, brought the defender over to him, brought the keeper over to him, and said, here, you have a go. Slid it right to the open man.
Deep in stoppage time now. The referee trying to hurry FC Edmonton into taking this free kick. Van Okel's out of his goal to take it, and he's going to get a yellow card for time wasting here.
I think Van Okel saying, I never stopped walking toward the ball. I'm coming well over my goal to...
Let's put that one into the corner. Up goes Fordyce. It's gone behind. Another New York goal kick. Now we'll try and get them moving here.
The referee's checked his watch a couple of times.
Keegan again on the left-hand side. Great control. Pass back towards Mauer. Correa's chasing it, putting him under pressure. Sliced it out to the left-hand side. Zebi lets the ball bounce and goes down under the challenge, and it's a free kick for the Eddies.
I think the referee was waiting to see if the Eddies were going to win that ball,
and that's it. FC Edmonton have beaten the champions, the New York Cosmos. Pat Diakité's winning goal is the difference. A terrific match at Clarke Stadium today. Great football from both teams. But in the end, goals from Plumhoff and Diakité hold the edge for FC Edmonton. Orozco on target for New York. But after this game and these 3 points, Edmonton within 1 point of the Cosmos.
It might be 2, but they're right there. They're within 1 game. And right now, it is a logjam. An absolute logjam at the top of the NASL table. And it's great advertisement for the league.
Stay with us for the post-match show. We'll talk to the coaches after this. Welcome back. What a great game today. 3 points for FC Edmonton, and the home fans celebrating a terrific home victory over the New York Cosmos. 2-1. Pat Diakité with the winning goal. A lovely header from a Eckersley free kick, guiding it into the corner and giving his team 3 points. Let's talk to Eddie's coach, Colin Miller. Well, Colin, when we spoke on Wednesday night, it looked like a different team tonight. You looked for character from your team. What made the difference today?
Just the fact they showed the character. It was just such a poor defensive performance on Wednesday night. And as I said earlier, take nothing away from Ottawa. They were full value for the win. But it was so far away from how we had been playing up to that game. Today you're playing against the champions, easily the best New York Cosmos team that has been in this league, in my opinion. Full of quality, full of class. And I thought the second half performance was far more like us, more organised, disciplined, looked very dangerous. Tomi Amiobi was back to the Tomi of last season before he picked up his injury. And I just thought it was a fabulous team performance here this afternoon. We dodged a few bullets, of course, in the first half, Gareth, but I think in the second half performance, I actually think we shaded it with our second half performance. And we could have scored one or two more goals. So very, very proud of the way the players answered the bell here.
And right in the thick of things as far as the standing goes now, back here against Carolina next Sunday. What does this game do for the confidence, Colin?
Well, I think it speaks volumes for where we're at the moment. You know, we're not a huge club. We have fantastic ownership with Tom and Dave Fath, and we do the best we can with the resources that we've got, and the guys buy into how we want them to play, the effort, the maximum effort that's required. We're going to have to regroup again, and then we're off to Ottawa on Wednesday night for what will be let's just say it'll be an interesting occasion for us.
Congratulations today, Colin. Thank you.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.
Colin Miller very pleased with his team. 3 points against the New York Cosmos today, and that's quite a victory for the Eddies to hold on to, especially in view of Wednesday night. There's the players signing autographs for the fans, and what a great day today.
Just an outstanding effort from the Eddies. Talked about that second half that they had, so just a great effort, great character, as Colin Miller said, and they showed sort of the Eddies of old.
Let's talk to Pap Diakite. What a super goal that he scored to give all 3 points to FC Edmonton. Pap, just talk us through your goal today.
Yeah, my goal. This is my second goal in the league. So we have the split now, you know. Like we played the last game in cup game. It was tough for us. So we just came back and show that we can be like in like the five top team. So why not? We just have to keep on going, you know. And but that's it. And I'm happy for the goal and for the players today, you know. So we just have to keep this spirit.
Well done.
To make a result.
Yeah, well done, Pap. Thanks for talking to us today.
Thank you very much.
That's Pap Diakite, and what a nice header it was. And let's take a look back on some of the highlights from today's game. Brought to you by Oodle Noodle. And here's that first goal. What a beauty.
You know, we kind of had some fun with Correa at the end, missing that chance. And what a pass he had here to Jason Plumoff for his first NASL goal. Great pass, great finish. You see the Cosmos coming back. And it's going to be Arrieta, that man, Orozco, who caused all sorts of problems for the Eddies today. Perfect shot in the corner, and Orozco was dangerous all day long. Here we see a chance where he passes the ball back to Arrieta, wanting to return the favor. And Arrieta flashes the ball over the goal. Durango, great chance, but Diakite is able to shepherd him away from the goal. Van Oekel does well, and here's the winning goal. Eckersley with a perfect free kick. Diakite knocks that home.
Big smile from Pap Diakite. Lovely guided header into this really should have been 3-1. But, well, the less said about that, probably the better. Very unfortunate miss by Dustin Correa. Let's look back at the save of the game today.
I think we'll see here, Arango, Matt Van Oekel comes out big, makes the stop.
Really good save, that one. Getting out, making himself look big, and just that big body there, saving FC Edmonton. League standings now, how do they look after today's game for the Eddies? Well, they're right in the thick of things at the moment, and there we go, to within 1 point of the New York Cosmos and 2 points away from Carolina and Minnesota, and they play Carolina here next week. That is a good position to be in.
And you take a look, Indy is there with 10 and Tampa Bay with 9, so it is a wide open league this year.
Thanks for joining our broadcast today. Hope you enjoyed it. What a good game at Clarke Stadium, and a 2-1 victory for FC Edmonton. Diakite and Plumhoff with the goals to lead the Eddies to a victory over the champions.